Okay, now guys, I'm starting to jack my Eclipse up so I can perform and work on the serpentine belt as I say in the videos. So this is how I uh, getting started to get all the tools and the things that I need before I jack the car up and everything. You might want to consider to have all these parts and the tools ready before you work on the belts, or before I work on the belts. So I'm just gonna make a video just to talk with you guys and talk by myself too. So as you see, I have all these tools here. The best thing you want to do is have your tool ready so you don't have to wander around, what's next and what should I get and whatever like that, because you'll waste your time and you'll forget things. So the best thing to do is have all your tools, laying out uh, on the area that you're working, like I do, right? Like I did right here, okay? So a few things I want you guys to know. What I have is I just bought this 3-ton Pittsburgh heavy duty floor jack. It's a rapid pump, so this is the low profile. So this jack is really low. Like it's good to work with with low cars, like sport cars. Like my Eclipse is real low. I mean, it's not like real low because I haven't really lowered it because it has a body kit. That's why it's just lower. But if I lower it, it's gonna be even lower. That's why when people have body kits, they really don't want to lower their car, because it'll be too low to the point that you can't even jack the car up using your own jack. And even if you bring it to a shop, they won't even lift your car up because your car is too low. And if a car have a body kit like this, going to a shop, they'll ruin your body kits. Because I don't even lower my car, and I bring this to the shop, they can damage my body kits. That's why most of the time I work at home. I jacked it, using my own jack floor to jack my car up. And so it won't, if I damage my own kits, that's all on me. But the best thing you want to do if you have a body kit like my Eclipse here is you got to know how to jack it. First of all, you got to jack it with a small jack. You see that? This is a small handy jack from any car, from the back of your car. Any car will come with this small jack. This is like a low jack, where you can start with. It'll get real low. You can see I can get lower than that too. You want to start with this jack, okay? And then start with I have another 3-ton floor jack. This is a little higher. This, you see this jack right here? It's small, right? But it's higher than my it's higher than this 3-ton floor jack, because this is meant for sport car. Okay, so I mean, at this point, I can either jack this side up first, or I can jack this side up first. It doesn't really matter because I have this small little jack. I can just go ahead and jack this side up first because this side seemed a little bit complicated because I have to go through 2 jacks. I can't use this jack right away because it's too far. I mean, it's too high. You see that? I can't, my body kits is low and this jack is just too high. I'm gonna need to use that jack to lift up my car a little bit on this side before I even use this jack. So after I lift up with that jack, I'm gonna go ahead, it'll be higher, then I'm gonna go ahead and jack jack it up higher. I can push this jack in so it'll fit, and then I'll jack this jack up higher so my car can be lifted up on this side. That's how I will lift up my car on this side of the car, okay? Now it doesn't matter which side I work on first, or it doesn't matter if I use this jack over there or the other 2 jack over here. It don't really matter as long as your car is balanced, okay? That's what's really matter. If the car is really balanced and your floor level is level, like your parking lot is level, so it doesn't really matter. And just go ahead and start the work, okay? Now I'm gonna jack the front, not the back, okay? Because I'm working on the front. And I also have a 3-ton. You see that big red 3-ton floor jack stand there? I have two on both sides. So as soon as I jacked it up, I'm gonna put that 3-ton floor jack stands on the inside, underneath the engine, my car rail. There's a rail parallel with this underneath this body kits here. I would want to put it. I'll show you when I get to that point. And then I have this is a bigger jack stands. This is just for security. Whenever I jack my car up in the front here and it rise up and it gets higher, then I would put this jack like right in the middle of the cross member, right in the middle, right underneath here, okay, to hold my car. So you know, so if I install these two jacks in there and somehow it drops or whatever, or when in the middle when I jack the floor jacked up and it drop, I can just go ahead and secure this in so it won't drop down. If it drop down, then it secure me if I'm down there too. So I will have three jack stands installed underneath my car like the whole time. Okay, this two red 3-ton red floor jack stands, and also with this big jack stand. This is like a, I don't know, like a 5 or 6 ton or something. So it's pretty big. This one is the biggest jack stand. This is meant for like trucks and stuff because it's higher and bigger and stronger, of course. So, few things I would need, like, of course, I'm gonna have my belts ready, my alternator belts and my power steering belts, and I would need to have a wrenches with the right socket. So, well, let me go step by step first. First, I would want to because I'm gonna work on this side of the engine to work on my belts. And right now, what's underneath, what's on my way is the tire, the rims and the tire. I'm gonna have to uninstall and take it out. And what's gonna be on my way is that shield right there. It's that splash shield right there. It's like a cover shield for my engine. I need to take that out whenever I take out my tires. I need to take that shield out. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. I probably need to take out this shield right here too to get to that shield. So it's gonna be complicated, okay? It's not gonna be easy, and I'm gonna lay down to do all that too. Once I jack the car up, and once I take out the tire too, and I'm probably gonna have a hard time. I have to work really carefully because of my head's damaged. Like I have an accident on my head, and I have some stitches on my head, and I have to wear hats. I was thinking about wearing like a helmet or something like a thick layer of sheet cover on my head, but I'm like, with the hat will do it. You guys can see that right here. See me? Yeah, I'm with the hat right here too. You see that? So, that's for my protection. I need to have my hat. Like this is really important for me. So if you guys have like any, fracture or stitches or whatever around your head, you might want to cover it up before you work on underneath the car outside. I have to do it because I bought this belt like 2 weeks already, and I haven't really tried it on. And I need to try it on before I'm traveling to Texas next week. So I'm not gonna be home until like another month. So that's why I need to do it right now. And I just have stitching on my head like a few days ago too. So yes, I have a heart. It's been hard for me lately. Like I have such a bad luck. But I wouldn't want to tell you guys all this because this video is mainly about me touring up and installing the separate belts. So I'm not going to talk too much about myself. It's on my ends. But yeah, guys. So back to what I was saying about installing the belts is I have to uninstall, take out the tires, the rims. So my rims is the OZ Racing Rim F1. This is the special rim for the Eclipse, as you know. So the rim has locks. Okay, this rim has its own lock, like the bolts, um, the lock nuts. I installed the one with this lock. So I mean, you're gonna have to need the lock to uninstall the rims. Okay, so first need to find the lock, and then I'll need to have this type of rims, you know, lock, this tool right here to unlock the rims. Okay, the locks of the rims. So I will find me the right size first. This seems like the right size. Oh, well, let's see what's the right size for this lock here. So it's best to have this tool because this tool will have 4 different types of lug nuts. You see that? Okay, it seems like this is the right size, but could be better with this one. But anyway, just getting ready with the lug nuts tools, and take out the tire, take out the locks, nuts, and uninstall it out. Take out the tire. Once I take out the tire, well, I want to loose out a little bit on the locks, and then I jack the car up, and then by the time the car tire is not touching the ground, then I can go ahead and unlock the locks. Okay, that way you won't break the lock. You know, that's the right, correct way to do it. Well, at least that's my way. Okay, I would lose the lock a little bit first, and I would jack up the car so the tire will be, you know, on top of the surface, and then I can go ahead and twist. Of course, you got to twist the lock where it can turns first. Okay, then you jack the car up, so that once you jack the car up, the tire gonna be on top of the ground. It's not gonna touch the ground anymore, so it might be spin. That's why you got to unlock it where the lock will turn. So at that point, the tire is up. Go ahead and unlock all the nuts, the lug nuts, the locks, and take out the tire that way. You know, that way it won't damage your lug nuts and all that. And then once it's out, I'm gonna get to the cover, the shield, the mud shield cover for the engine, and then I can work on my belts after that. So, getting ready with this jack first, and I'm getting ready to jack up the car. I'm gonna start with over here first. All right, and then after this size up, I put the security jack stand underneath the car. Then I'll go over this side and do the same thing. Okay. Once both of my call up, I can put this big jack underneath there. And guys, the reason why I need to take out the mud guard is there's no space for me to work on the belts. That's why I need to take out the tire and the mud guard. You see that? I need to work on my belts, and my hands gonna be all over this side over here. And I mean, it's just gonna be real hard for me to work without taking the tires and the mud shield. And that's why I'm doing it. So get all your tools ready, just like I am, and I'm ready to work. All right, guys. I'll see you guys with the next one whenever I'm done with this job here. I'll shoot a video once I got all this out, and go on and show you guys from then. Okay.